So Disney just held their annual D23 event where they revealed trailers, first looks, and details for some of their biggest franchises. This includes Marvel, Pixar, Star Wars, and a couple Disney originals. There is like a ton of stuff that they revealed in here, some really exciting things and some really weird things. And even though a lot of these trailers and first looks were released online to the public and not just for attendees, Disney didn't seem to have a rule about cell phones in the audience, so a lot of the trailers are leaked online. But that's exactly what I'll be doing here for you guys, is I'll be giving you my breakdown for D23, giving you my reaction to some of these trailers, first looks, what I'm really excited for and what I really don't care about. But I don't just want it to be about my opinion. I need you guys to get in that comment section and tell me your favorite reveal. There's honestly so many things. I feel like it's going to be hard for people to just pick one thing. So give me your top 5 best reveals of D23 so far. I'll put timestamps in the description so you can skip around to whatever thing you're most excited about. But with that out of the way, it's time to grab your wolvussies, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get to the reveals. So kicking off D23, Disney began with talking about Moana 2. Now thankfully this was a trailer they released online to the public that lets us know Moana is now a big sister. This trailer also just gives us a better idea of the plot and Moana going on this exploration. I am someone who enjoyed that first movie, so I'm curious if the second movie can live up to the quality of the first. And it's still so weird to me that they're working on the live action Moana movie with Dwayne Johnson, who was there at D23, and after Disney was done talking about Moana 2, Dwayne Johnson revealed his next movie that he's working alongside Disney with, and it's gonna be about monster trucks. Yeah, the hierarchy of power at the Mouse House is about to change thanks to Dwayne Johnson working on Monster Jam. What a random thing for Disney to all of a sudden be working on. I have nothing against Dwayne Johnson, but I doubt you could come to the masterpiece that was monster trucks. From there, we had James Cameron come onto the stage and give us details about the next Avatar movie. Now, this is Avatar 3 that is set to come out December of 2025 next year, and well, James Cameron revealed the title of the movie, Avatar: Fire and Ash. This is such a better title than what was originally planned, because the movie was going to be called Avatar: The Seed Bearer, and no, let's not do that. Avatar: Fire and Ash is actually a pretty badass title, and along with this title, they also showcased a bunch of concept art, giving you an idea of what we'll see is us meeting a fire clan on the planet Pandora. In the last movie, we got to see Jake Sully and his family learn the way of water, and now it looks like they have to learn the way of fire. Avatar is really starting to become Avatar, just earth, fire, air. Pretty soon they'll be indistinguishable. But along with this concept art and title, James Cameron promises that we'll see a whole different side of Pandora we didn't know about. And now that I've become an Avatar fan since that last movie, I can't wait to see this, man. I'm also excited for Avatar 5 and 6 when the family goes back to Earth. By that time, they'll master all 4 elements and actually fight Aang the Avatar. Probably. After that Avatar presentation was done, they moved on to Pixar. Now, there was some big announcements here at Pixar, so let's start off with the smaller things. For one, they're going to have a spin-off series from Inside Out that's going to be turned into a show for Disney Plus called Dream Productions. And the whole premise of the show is just to show you different weird dreams that Riley has. We also got our first trailer for Win or Lose. This is the first ever original Pixar series, and I honestly didn't know if I was going to check it out because I did see monsters at work, and well, it just was very much meant for a little kid and not something I could enjoy as an adult. But something about this trailer for Win or Lose is winning me over a little bit. I like the different looks of animation style they're throwing out there. I think I'll give the first couple episodes a shot, and well, this is Pixar. They probably are working their magic. They also talked a little bit about Elio and reminded people that movie's being released summer of next year. But then they decided to reveal their next original Pixar movie that is called Hoppers. Looking at this concept art here, the film is about a girl who transfers her mind into a robot beaver to infiltrate the animal kingdom. John Hamm is also said to be one of the voices in this movie. He'll be playing a mayor that works as sort of the villain of the film, trying to take down this habitat. I'm definitely gonna have to see more before I get fully invested, but this is Pixar. I really do like when they take original swings in their movies, and although we're about to talk about a bunch of sequels that they're announcing, they're only able to make these original movies because of some of the sequels they make. make. And that's what I love about Pixar. They're balancing original ideas with sequels. But now getting on to their biggest reveals of the Pixar panel, some details and first looks on Toy Story 5. Starting off, they showcased just a little 20-second teaser trailer that really is just showing off the logo for Toy Story 5. It's not like a giant reveal. All the characters look like how you expect, and the logo even looks like how you would want Toy Story 5 to look. But the biggest reveal came in this first look concept art that shows the toys staring at Bonnie in the middle of the night as she's enjoying her tablet, letting you know that Toy Story 5 is going to face a very common issue: iPad kids. Bonnie became an iPad kid, man. In Toy Story 5, we're going to see her say "get," something about Ohio, and she'll probably phantom tax Forky. These are all things she's going to learn because Bonnie has brain rot now. Joking aside, this is something that a lot of us predicted could actually be an actual storyline in Toy Story 5, dealing with kids no longer wanting to play toys and just being way more interested in technology and tablets. I love this idea for the movie, but I hope they execute it right and it doesn't just feel like a boomer story of, tablets bad, kids need to play with toys. I really hope it's a much more insightful idea than just that. The other thing people are talking about with this first look is, Woody, what the heck are you doing here? Obviously, if you saw Toy Story 4, Woody left the gang to be at the carnival and help other toys while Buzz and the rest of the gang went back to Bonnie. But this concept art clearly shows he's back in Bonnie's room and they're gonna have an adventure there. I'm sure the movie's gonna explain it better. My thinking is Buzz eventually sees there's a big problem here and needs to go find Woody because he's the only one that could really help solve this. I'm also even surprised to see Forky came back. Sometimes the movies introduce new toys and then completely forget about them in the sequel, a la Wheezy, the penguin in Toy Story. Whatever happened to that dude? But technology also won't be the only villain of Toy Story 5 because they did reveal to us that we will be seeing 50 malfunction Buzz Lightyear toys that are going to work as the villain for this movie. And man, if people calling me a Buzz Lightyear lookalike wasn't bad enough, now we're getting a Buzz Lightyear with red lights. Oh, it's never gonna be over for me, but this could be kind of cool, but it's also weird how many alternate versions of Buzz they love to make. We got that one Buzz that had the special belt in Toy Story 2. We had Spanish Buzz. We got freaking Chris Evans Buzz Lightyear, and now we're about to get malfunction toy Buzz Lightyear. I also wonder if this storyline is inspired by the scrap Toy Story 3 plot where it was going to be about Buzz being recalled back to the factory because he was malfunctioning and the toys having to go save him. Who knows, we'll see, but yo, I'm excited for Toy Story 5. I'm curious how they try and remend some of the fans that were divided after Toy Story 4. But yeah, the toys versus iPads. All right, let's see it. The other big reveal that kind of got me a little bit more excited than Toy Story 5 is they have confirmed Brad Bird is going to be developing Incredibles 3. We are getting a third Incredibles movie. Please don't mess it up. I am a huge fan of that first Incredibles movie, and while at the time I thought I really did like Incredibles 2, over time and rewatching it, I like it less and less. I feel like they really did drop the ball on Incredibles 2. Especially if you watch Incredibles 1 and Incredibles 2 back to back, it just feels tonally like two completely different universes. I have such high hopes for Incredibles 3, but only if it sticks to the tone and feel of the first movie, where it was a little adultish, it was a little bit serious. There were some like really dark and ahead of its time themes for the superhero genre. I really want this movie to be good and more in line with the first film as opposed to the second movie. I cannot wait for Incredibles 3. I'm sure we'll find out more details as the years come, but it's just nice to know the movie's happening and I can't wait. From there, since they were talking about animated movies, they moved on to their Disney animated films, starting off with Frozen 3, where we did get a look at the logo and some concept art for the movie, showcasing Elsa and Anna riding horses as they go to a city floating in the sky. They didn't give much details about this third movie, but they did say that Frozen 2 left a lot of unanswered questions, and well, to answer those questions, it might take about 2 movies to do so, kind of of alluding they're gonna make Frozen 4 as well. So that should be really exciting for Frozen fans. I do like those first two movies, but I'm not like a gigantic mega fan of the universe. I'm still interested to see the third and fourth movie though. One movie I am looking forward to though is Zootopia 2. During D23, they had a whole gag where they called Bob Iger Bob Tiger and even showcased posters for famous Disney movies but making them Zootopia-fied. But the biggest reveal that they did with Zootopia 2 is kind of letting us know who the villains or problem of the movie will be. Zootopia 2 is going to focus on reptiles in the universe that have had a problem in the world of Zootopia. One of those reptiles is going to be a snake named Gary, who is going to be voiced by Ki-Hee Kwan. I think that's an interesting direction and kind of fits in line a little bit with the first movie as the stereotypes of certain animals, and well, you call someone a snake, that's already being pretty derogatory to them, so I can only imagine the reputation snakes have in the Zootopia world. I like the direction for this. From there, they decided to move on to their Star Wars side of things, and they kept it pretty light. They did finally give us our first trailer for John Watts' The Skeleton Crew. You guys know here on the channel, I'm an extremely casual Star Wars fan. I don't watch every movie or TV show that Disney makes just because I'm not a big fan of the universe, but looking at this first trailer, I think it's something I would actually watch. While many people felt like this was going to be a Stranger Things ripoff in the Star Wars universe, this is much more giving me Goonies vibes, just a group of kids that go off into an adventure and get lost in the Star Wars universe. I feel like this does have a whimsical, fun feel to it, something like early Steven Spielberg movies, and it's a vibe I could totally get behind, so I think I'm gonna give this a couple episodes try because I think it actually looks nice. Along with that, also, they revealed a teaser for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Now, I did watch the first two seasons of the Mandalorian and quite enjoyed them, but I never went to go watch the third season, and I'm curious if this movie being released in theaters is going to be accessible or even pique my interest to a casual fan. The footage they showed does seem fun and interesting, but I'm going to wait on the more official HD look at the movie. Once that was finished, we moved on to the Marvel side of things. Now, I honestly wasn't expecting them to make any big reveals or even talk about something like Avengers Doomsday, so they instead just stayed talking about and revealing more things from projects we knew were coming, like Captain America Brave New World, where the most exciting thing is our more official clear look at Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk, and man, those are some red nipples. He looks pretty great though. I would have liked the mustache, but looks cool either way. A lot of the footage reiterates things that we've already heard and seen about the movie, is them going to find adamantium, Thunderbolt Ross asking Sam Wilson to reform the Avengers, with more moments showcasing some of the action scenes with Sam Wilson and the Falcon. I'm really looking forward to this movie, and I hope it's actually good. They again moved on to talk about the Fantastic Four, where they did let audiences hear the full Michael Giacchino score for the movie. I'd love to play it here for you, but if I play any more than 5 seconds, I'll get copy strike. And although they did just show the same sizzle reel trailer that they made for San Diego Comic-Con, the cast and crew who are currently filming the Fantastic Four did send in a video where we got to see Johnny Storm, aka Joseph Quinn, in the Fantastic Four uniform for the movie, giving us our first look to what the Fantastic Four costumes will actually look like. And this is kind of a big deal because although they revealed concept art and maybe a look of what they wanted the costumes to look like, that again is only concept art and it's not official until the final product. And here we have it. It's looking a little different than what they first showed us. And I don't completely hate it. It is different than what I was expecting. I really loved the concept art they showcased to us, and there could be a number of explanations for why it looks so different. For one, this just could be a very early version of the costume. We know Marvel loves to do the things where they have them wear costumes every other movie and even multiple costumes in the same movie just because it sells more toys and merchandise, and that's always a good thing for them. So this just could be an early rendition, and later on in the movie they get a more official uniform looking one like the concept art. But part of me still likes the different retro look, and that's what I'm really liking about the Fantastic Four, is just the retro futurism they're going with for this movie. From there we moved on to Daredevil Born Again, where yeah, people got to see a full trailer for Daredevil Born Again, And man, from the little snippets that I was seeing, it looks really good. It looks like they're keeping that violent, bloody tone. They're not watering or censoring it down. There's punches in here where people are actually bleeding. I'm loving seeing John Bernthal in there back as the Punisher. I can't wait for his episodes. It looks like the main storyline this time around is going to be Matt Murdock and the Kingpin Wilson Fisk having to team up to face a greater villain. And that could most likely mean Muse, who we do get a look at, along with also White Tiger, another character we get a look at. My other favorite part of this trailer, though, was this shot of the different Daredevil masks, letting us know we might see Daredevil in different costumes, and I would really like to see the boy in that black and red suit. But instead of revealing that trailer to the public, we instead got a look at the Agatha All Along trailer that they did reveal to us, and man, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to be a douche. I'm so happy for you if you're excited for Agatha All Along, but man, I just can't seem to get there. I like Catherine Newton, Aubrey Plaza, the creepy weird vibe that they're throwing out here, but honestly, if this wasn't my job, I think this is one of those projects I would just skip entirely, and that's like a real first for me in the MCU. I hope it wins me over when I go to see it, and it's actually a really good project, but even the second trailer for the show hasn't won me over. But speaking of something I wasn't that excited for but did win me over is the trailer for Ironheart. That's something else that got revealed at D23, and they did showcase the first bit of footage for it, and while some of it doesn't exactly look all that exciting and maybe gives off a little bit of like a Disney Channel show, there is something really cool about just seeing like the Iron Man suit and even the concept of this season where it's technology versus magic. You have Anthony Ramos in there playing the Hood, who's going to go up against Ironheart. I'm just worried if this show is at all going to be worth it, because they did film this thing about 3 years ago and are only barely now going to start marketing it and releasing it. Like I said, the trailer still made me more excited than I thought I was for this, so I hope it turns out being good. But that sadly ended up being the end of the Marvel stuff, and they moved on to talk about some other Disney originals. They started talking about season 2 of Percy Jackson that is going to be titled The Sea of Monsters. I actually kind of enjoyed the first season. I wasn't that crazy about it, but I liked it enough to check out the second season, so that's cool. Another first look we got revealed is for Freaky Friday 2 that is now going to be titled Freakier Friday. And we did get a look at Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis coming back for this body swap adventure. I'm honestly surprised to see that the movie will be hitting theaters next year. I felt like this would be a Disney Plus original, but Disney is really trying to stay away from making only Disney Plus movies, because when you release and market something for theaters, it only has that much more value when you put it on your streaming platform. So I do think this is a good move, and it'll push them to make something quality, and I like that first Freaky Friday, so I'm excited for Freakier Friday. But one thing I was not expecting them to reveal at all, but I'm so glad they finally did, is our first look at Stitch in the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie. This thing has been in the works for the longest time, got delayed because of the Hollywood strike and all these other things, and at one point was even also going to be a straight-to-Disney Plus movie. Big mistake. Disney has learned. We got revealed this will be coming to theaters summer of 2025, but really, it's our first look at Stitch that drove me crazy. Because for the past month or years, we were getting fake photos of what Stitch looked like, these AI renders or bad photoshops, and everybody was falling for it. But now we have what Stitch actually looks like, and I think he looks fantastic. This isn't an ugly Sonic situation. This isn't a situation where I think they really messed up or it's just okay. No. I think they nailed it. This looks great, and he even sounds good. Huh? La Crista! We'll have to see how the rest of the aliens of the Lilo and Stitch world work, but as someone who started getting very critical of live-action remakes, that kind of went out of the window with Lilo and Stitch. I liked that movie as a kid, and I think there's real potential for those big action scenes to look cool in live action, so they better nail it, because man, if they mess up this movie, I just don't know what to tell you, Disney. But I am very happy with the look of Stitch. Another movie that got our first look and trailer released online to the public is Snow White. Man, this movie unfortunately has been hit with a lot of controversy, I think unwarranted, towards Rachel Zegler. People took some lighthearted, funny comments she made and made them deadly serious and just were so unfairly mean to her. And as someone who actually does like that original Snow White movie and saw it a couple of times when I was a kid, I think the movie looks fine. I just want this movie to be good without any drama, but I know that's not gonna happen. People will find things to complain about it, but I think it looks fine. Another movie they started showcasing some first look footage of was Tron Ares. This is the third Tron movie, and it'll be mainly focusing on characters in the Tron universe going into the real world. The footage showcased Evan Peters' character along with Jared Leto doing some stuff in the real world. During this presentation, they also revealed that the soundtrack will be done by 9 Inch Nails. Daft Punk did an amazing job with the last soundtrack. I know they can't necessarily come back for this one, so 9 Inch Nails, I think, might do a good job. I'm willing to hear them out. I will just say though, from the first look and photos of Tron Ares, I don't know if it's giving me that vibrant, awesome tone and feel like Tron Legacy did, and I think that's mainly because this movie's taking place in the real world instead of the Tron universe. And then Disney decided to end their panels and reveals with showing us another trailer for the upcoming Lion King prequel, Mufasa. Here is one where I will be a bit of a hater. I'm very happy Barry Jenkins is a part of this, and I'm even interested in the story and what they could flesh out with Mufasa and how he became the Lion King. But there are so many moments in this movie, whether it's humor, sentimental, or serious, where I just can't take it serious because it's freaking animals I'm staring at and it's not conveying emotions very well. Maybe that'll be fixed in the final product, or I'll just get used to it when watching this movie. It doesn't look awful. It looks like it could be fun, but I just can't seem to get over that little issue. But anyways, guys, that was all the biggest trailers and reveals so far with D23. They're gonna have their animation panel coming up today, and I'm sure we're gonna get a first look at some exciting stuff. I'll probably do a video on that, so stay tuned on the channel for those videos. I love you guys' faces. Let me know what you loved and disliked from all these reveals. But as always, my name is Chris. Take care.